Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for following along and going with me on this crazy running adventure and this crazy running journey. A little housekeeping before we get started with the book club is this week is kind of crazy for me because at the end of the week I am running my third Brooklyn half marathon, and so luckily it is a taper week, which means there won't be a lot of mileage on my legs this week. There will be a lot of foam rolling and resting, yoga, all of that good stuff leading up to the Brooklyn half. I also have an Instagram friend coming in from Alabama to run that race, so if you guys follow Scott and Bama Runs, he will be here on Friday to run the race on Saturday, so definitely be catching up with him and look forward to a race recap video that I will be bringing you on what it was like to run for the third straight year the Brooklyn half. And I'm not quite sure what the weather's going to be like. You know, we started obsessing a little bit in this week of what's that weather going to be like. I'm trying to tell myself that, you know what, the weather is going to be what the weather is, and I'm going to run that race no matter what. Definitely look for that on Sunday. Okay, so book club. We are reading Bart Yasso's My Life on the Run, and if you are reading it, let me know what you think of it so far. I'm going to present a question today as to get our conversation started down below, but one of the things I want to bring up is Bart Yasso for many years was the runner-in-chief of Runner's World magazine. Now, I used to be a massive fan of Runner's World magazine, and I think I still kind of am in their virtual kind of magazine that they have online, because I think it still feels like the old style of the magazine. But I recently picked up a new copy of their latest issue, and I love Amelia Boone, by the way, but I don't know if I'm absolutely digging the new format and style of this magazine. It kind of feels, I don't know, there's a lot more pictures than I feel there are articles. I kind of miss the fun articles by Jeff Galloway and Ask Miles, and you know, it doesn't really have that feel anymore. So I know that they had an overhaul in who's writing on their staff, the editors, all kinds of stuff was going down and happening at Runner's World magazine. But I'd just like to know what your thoughts are as well. Are you digging this new look of Runner's World magazine, what they're offering inside the issues, or do you like the old style of Runner's World? This one to me feels a little exclusive. I feel a little alienated, like I'm not really the runner that they are trying to reach out to. So, I mean, it could just be me, but let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Okay, so Bart Yasso. If you've been reading along, you know that each chapter presents us with a new race that either he decided to run himself or that Runner's World magazine sent him on to run. And these are not just your, you know, normal run-of-the-mill races. These are some really crazy races in some really remote places or freezing places. Like there's races out there that I didn't even know existed, like the naked race. Had no idea that existed. I personally don't have any interest in running that race, but it got me to think, what are my like top 5 kind of bucket list races that I would like to run? And so I thought that would be a really great question to ask you guys to get their conversation started below on the book My Life on the Run by Bart Yasso. So that's your question, and we'll get that started down below. What are your bucket list races? I'm gonna let you know mine, which are in no particular order: Boston Marathon, Chicago Marathon, London Marathon, Big Sur Marathon, and the Wine and Dine Challenge. I think that's called the 2-course challenge. The Disney Kitty, Becca over at the Disney Kitty ran that last year, and it's just been one that I really wanted to run with Disney. I do want to run a Star Wars, I'm not gonna lie, I do want to run one of the Star Wars races, but the Wine and Dine has always been on my list. So after running New York City Marathon this year, then I think next year I will I will go for the wine and dine. But those are my 5 kind of bucket list races. And I'd love to know what yours are, or what you have thought about some of the crazy races that Bart Yasso has run. Which have been some of your favorite that he has mentioned? The one taking place in Antarctica, that sounded pretty amazing. I don't think that I could have handled the boat ride though to get there. Definitely not good when it comes to seasickness or motion sickness. But there's so many amazing races that he has ran in the book, and I'd love to know which ones really stood out to you and what are your bucket list races. So that's going to be this episode for this week. Like I said, next week I'm going to give you a race recap on the Brooklyn Half, the Expo, and everything that comes along with running in the country's largest half marathon here in New York City. So definitely stay tuned for that. And starting June, I will start my training to get myself to the New York City Marathon. I will be taking you along with me, just like I did the Walt Disney World Marathon. We'll go week by week in my training, what I'm eating, what I'm doing as cross training, which is the bane of my existence. But I will keep you guys up to date on all of that. So thank you so much for hopping on over, watching this quick video, and reading along with me these books. They're really keeping me motivated. I hope they're keeping you motivated. If you guys are enjoying these book club series, I know I am, and I'm finding new inspiration through these runners, and as always, finding inspiration through you guys and your runs. Let me know all about them in the comment section down below. And you can always find me over on Instagram at LaraFry_NYC. And I hope to get my blog back up and running in the next couple of weeks, and you can find different kind of topics over there as well. So I will see you guys soon. Happy running, happy miles, and as always, keep kicking butt, unicorns. Peace.